Welcome back to the channel. It's real late, but we're going to talk about this video topic right now while it's fresh. So, I've been seeing a lot of things. I've been looking into a lot of things. And for those of you that have been with somebody or in a relationship or whatever with somebody, and what was seemingly going so well just dropped off a cliff, then this video is for y'all. If literally nothing happened, there wasn't something that caused something to happen, it just feels like what was seemingly going so well and something was being built up, lots of excitement on both ends, and all of a sudden, just nothing. Just nothing. You're dealing with a fearful, avoidantly attached person. And what happens in this case is, as a secure person, you form a bond with another person who is fearfully avoidant. It is an insecure attachment style that has formed in them since childhood at some point throughout their life, and that is how they coped because they didn't get their needs met. So what's going to happen is, as a secure person, you're going to attach yourself to this person. And the reason why there's so much love and all this kinds of stuff in the beginning is because it's being run off of dopamine. They found the one. Oh my God, it's amazing. It's incredible. On both ends, everything is just going crazy. Good times, all that stuff's going on. And it seems like they're securely attached. That's what it seems like. And you're like yourself, damn, like finally found someone that's secure. A little bit of time goes on. As soon as that little honeymoon phase is over and you start to get used to one another, the dopamine wears off. And now all you're reliant on is the connection you actually have. This is when a lot of fear and anxiety kicks in on this person. And they start to feel very anxious, very drained. It's like they just have to disconnect to feel like themselves again. Because they can't be securely attached to somebody else. And as the securely attached person, you get that out of them. You can teach these people something they didn't even know about themselves, bro. That's what you can do. They might have had other bonds in their life. And if they ever did have any other bonds in their life, it's probably with another emotionally unavailable person. It could be a sibling, a parent, a different partner that wasn't emotionally available, which is why it lasted longer for them. Once an avoidant attaches themselves to a securely attached person, that is going to push them away within months. Within a couple months, that exact scenario is going to play out. So for those of you guys where you were talking to somebody and it was seemingly going so well, and something like this has happened, you have to understand what's at stake. Chances are they're not a narcissist. Chances are they are not heartless. Chances are they did not intend to hurt you. or to even sabotage the connection you have built. They felt like they had to do this to feel like themselves. Because for them to be securely attached to somebody else that is secure is draining. It's draining because it makes them more vulnerable. It makes them feel uncomfortable. It makes them feel something that they are not accustomed to feeling. This is also not your fault, but it's not their fault either. It's something that is going to happen, and you can't prevent it from happening. It's going to happen. And the thing is, if you go no contact and time goes on, they feel restored, they feel like themselves, they feel like talking again, they want to get back and get that connection going again. The thing about this is, the same exact thing is going to happen again. It is the push-pull. Forming a bond with a person like this who has some trauma, who is fearfully, avoidantly attached, the connection with this person is going to be so unfulfilling. It's going to lead to hurting you, the person that is securely attached. Because when you're attached securely. The attachment doesn't just fall off a cliff, and it's almost like the person just dies. Because they emotionally detached. They could still be there, but you don't feel connected to them. Because they're emotionally detached, it's like they just shrug that aside, and they could still be there or something, but you don't feel energetically connected to the person. That's what they don't want. And this is their deep-rooted fears and insecurities. And yeah, I hope this answers so far a lot of questions a lot of you guys have regarding this topic. Because a lot of people go through this, and some of you guys think, oh my God, like, where did this person go? Like, what happened? And you don't know what happened. You might blame yourself. You might think you did something wrong. You might think something's up. You might think all this kinds of stuff. It is not your fault. It is not their fault. It is something that was inevitable. The killer is not seeing this coming from a mile away. That's the killer. You didn't see it coming. They didn't see it coming. You both didn't see it coming. And now that they have to retreat and cut the cord and cut the line, you do too. You can't chase after a fearful avoidant. You can't question a fearful avoidant. You have to recognize what this is and push back yourself and just leave it be. That's the only thing you can do. If you try to chase them, if you try to reach out, if you try to say something, if you try to, what happened, da 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 da, they're going to run even further. They don't want to deal with their emotions. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about what happened, why it happened. They just want to pretend like nothing even happened because they're just avoiding. They're avoiding everything. They're avoiding the whole emotional realm of life. They're just avoiding it. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Da, 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 da. They're just avoiding closeness. Why? Because it's risky to them. It's risky. They've been brought up a certain way that that's not a thing. Your upbringing, it really does something to you. So I was fortunate enough to have a good upbringing where I had a lot of people around me and there was a lot of emotion involved. Everyone's emotionally connected on a healthy level. Not everybody is. That's the thing. So you can sometimes mistaken fearful avoidance for narcissists because they seem cold. They might have seen you might think they did that on purpose. They wrecked you. They screwed you over. They led you on. They did all this stuff. They're cold. They're heartless. That's what it seems like. That's what it felt like. And that's the type of pain they cause to securely attached people, because securely attached people, the attachment doesn't get cut. The bond never stops. It doesn't break. You don't need to fucking completely just fall off the cliff and just not even see the person or speak to the person or nothing. That is what they have to do. As soon as closeness comes about, that is what they have to do. All they know is hyper independence. Anything that takes them away or threatens their hyper independence. And it's so sad because they'll never actually be connected to anybody. And that's messed up. But that's a very shallow, lonely, miserable life. As human beings, we long for connection. We want connection. So people who are fearful avoidance, they have to get very uncomfortable with themselves in order to change. They probably have to seek out therapy, and that's the issue as well, because you can't tell them that, bro. You can't tell them that because they don't believe in therapy. That's weak. They see emotion as weak. It is strength. And to be able to talk about this stuff, it's strength. They could never sit here in front of me in another chair and talk like this. But I can. With somebody else, I could easily do that. They can't. They would. It's like they get anxiety, they lose their breath, they panic. Oh my God, like emotion. It's like suffocating them. They get it away from me. They're avoidant. They're fearfully avoidant. Closeness suffocates them. So when you're securely attached, when you're a securely attached person attached to a fearful avoidant, which you're never going to know at first. Because in the beginning stages, in the honeymoon stages and phases, they appear securely attached because they're riding off this dopamine and stuff like this, and it's intense. But as soon as that wears off and the honeymoon phase is over, you start to get more used to each other. Seemingly they fall out of love. Seemingly they lose interest. Seemingly they back off. But that's not even what it is. They don't actually think about you any differently. It's all to do with them. And that's what's going on. It's the closeness. It's what's happening within their own self. And they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to work through that. They're trying to understand things themselves. Half the time, they don't even know what happened. They just feel uncomfortable. It's just like it comes out of nowhere. And it became too much for them, so they had to scramble. So the relationships they usually have, the friendships they have is very shallow. It's very, very shallow. Not actually connected, and that's pretty sad. Anything to do with closeness, anything to do with their hyper independence, they just flee away from that completely. And that's how they cope. And like I said, guys, a lot of you guys were probably in these situations at some point. I've experienced it a few times. And it always leaves you wondering why. Like, what? But if you know this information, obviously it's not that way. It's, okay, this person has issues. This person has got work to do. And their life will forever be unfulfilling until they figure that out and do the deep inner work and allow themselves to feel, allow themselves to get emotional, because they have emotions. They're just fearful of everything to do with emotion. They think they have to, they suppress it for so long. And that's why if you have a bond with an avoidant, they're going to feel relieved that you're not talking at first. They feel like relief. They feel more like themselves. But as time keeps going on, they start to feel anxiety again, because they long for connection. They don't want life to pass them by. They want their person. It's unbelievable. And that is why I have dated a person like that in the past. And sometimes we'd split for months. And we were off and on about 5 or 6 times in the span of 4 years. And it was the closeness that triggered them. It was the closeness. Every time we got close, every time it was getting really good. Every time it was getting really good. And this is something to this day I am used to. I am used to like having close bonds with somebody and then and them doing that, and it's just another day in the office for me. I've experienced it so many times where I think I have this good attachment, this secure attachment to somebody, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere. But it is something I know. It is something I am accustomed to. I've been around the block. So I just want you guys to understand this shit as much as I do. And understand that it's not your fault. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do for them. Because they probably don't even want to talk about it. They probably don't even want to talk about what happened. They probably don't want to hear from your end anything. Because that's going to involve them sitting there hearing you tell them about what's wrong with them and what actually happened and what they have to do. That is not something they want. They want to avoid that as well. That's why when it comes to a fearful avoidant, things don't end because of this catastrophic reason. It ends for no reason. It leaves you quite like, what the just happened? I thought we were doing this. I thought we were doing that. Like, what? They retreated. They cut the cord. And that's why you feel that, what the happened? Because they cut the cord. You were attached to this person. You thought you were securely attached to this person, and all of a sudden, they switch up. Their behavior changes. Everything just shifts. You can feel it in your intuition. You can feel something just happened. What the is it? That's what happened. They get very uncomfortable, guys, with closeness. They get very, very uncomfortable with closeness. Very uncomfortable. So like I said, for y'all that experience this, be easy on yourself. For y'all that experience this, the only thing you can do is understand this more. And understand them and understand yourself. And should you deal with this person? Probably not. Probably not. Because you do deserve someone who can securely attach themselves so you can have a fulfilling relationship. Not someone where things are just getting interesting and they want to self-sabotage because of their traumas. That is not good for you. And to continue to experience something like that, it's going to be half traumatizing for yourself. Hurt people hurt people. That's what's going to happen. I have unluckily dated a lot of wounded females in my lifetime. Unlucky, bro. The thing about this is, I did not know a single one of them were wounded. That's what they all have in common. They all say they're not like every other female. They all come across that way. None of them come across as damaged or nothing like that. They all, the exact same good-looking type of females, my type. It's the same exact thing over and over and over again. The exact same thing. So, I am accustomed to this. I understand this. They might have some differences. Let's say, for example, like all the girls that I've dealt with in my life, they might have differences for sure. But it's all very similar. There's just different issues going on. And why do so many women have issues today? Probably a lack of masculinity and authority in this world. Nobody wants to listen to men no more. Nobody wants to listen to their fathers no more. We get women raising most children and the father's not present. You'd be batshit psycho. Growing up listening to a female and, oh, this is what the world is. It's what a woman told me. Huh. Huh. That's how fucking brain dead you'd be. Huh. You wouldn't know what the fuck's going on. You wouldn't know what's going on, boy. Listen to some emotional woman. Hi, guys. So, yeah, man. This shit is wild, but it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this take. If you guys are new here, let's get me to 120k subs. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Our next stop is a $250,000. Don't forget to come follow me on IG as well. The exact same username is here on YouTube. And all my links are in the description box, so check that out. And with that being said, God willing, God bless. We'll see y'all at the top.